Welcome to my channel. I made a couple videos recently comparing a few different bits, T25 and Phillips. Well, tonight I'm going to decide which one I'm actually going to use in a project that I have building something out of Douglas fir. Since the Dewalt Flex Torque did so well in the Phillips, I decided to give the T25 a try tonight. The second best in the Phillips was the Wiha Terminator Blue. So I'm also going to do that in Phillips and T25. Now what I have done is I have drilled some pilot holes in this wood, 7/64 drill bit by about 1.5 inches deep, because I'm not trying to test the durability or the strength of my impact driver. I'm simply trying to test the bits themselves. As always, I'll be using my DCF 787 with a 5 amp XR battery and the Wiha quick release adapter. So my first one will be the Wiha Phillips, and I'm going to drive 10 screws with each bit into this wood. So I'm going to start right now. I can tell you that the Wiha is doing better than it did with no pilot hole. It fits the heads of the bits of the screws well, and it's not trying to cam them out. As you can see, there's barely any play when I put it in the head of that screw. Let me back those out. If you can see, the heads of the screws are not cammed out at all. It drove them great. It backed them out fine. So now I'm going to move on to the Dewalt Flex Torque. I was really surprised at how well this did in the Phillips test the other night. This one has just a little more play than the Wiha did. That screw's a little ugly. I'm gonna grab a different one. Let's try a different hole. Maybe I hit a bad spot in the wood. Well, I think I'm gonna stop with the Dewalt flex torque. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the tip of that bit is getting a little twisted out of place. I'm gonna throw that in the trash. I'm gonna back this out with the Wiha. Actually, let's just see if the Wiha will drive it. And that was no problem, even though the head of the screw was cammed out just a little bit. So that's going to end the Phillips test. Now, I'm going to do the T25s. And again, I'll be starting with the Wiha Terminator Blue. And just like the Phillips, it fits the head of the screw very well. So let's drive these screws. No problem. This is why I prefer T25s, because even if the bit's not the greatest, it still grabs it, because there's so many splines in the bit grabbing the head of that screw. This bit, the tip is not really showing signs of wear yet. Back those out. Okay, just for the sake of a true T25 comparison, I am going to use the Dewalt Flex torque. I really don't think it's going to fail. But first, let me show you this Wiha. If you can see it, it doesn't have much wear, and it still grabs the head of that screw really, really well. So let's try the Dewalt. There's definitely more wobble when I put the Dewalt into the head of the screw. So let's see how it performs while driving. No problem with that one. Dewalt's getting a little bit warm, but not bad. Back. So the Dewalt, the T25 did fine, did very well. If you can see the tip, it's just a black coating that's worn off. Everything else is still intact. Now while that impact driver cools down for just a second, I'm going to look for one more bit. Because the Dewalt Phillips failed. To be totally honest, I really wish I would have gotten some of these Bosch #2 Phillips when they were on clearance. I would have liked to included those in my test because I've heard such good things about them. But since I don't really care for Phillips, I didn't think to grab a pack. What I do want to do though is take these holes, the pilot holes that the Dewalt failed on, and see if I can drive these T25s with the Bosch. And the Bosch has just about the same amount of play as the Dewalt Flex Torque. But no problem driving. So the Bosch T25 had no problem either. And if you can see the tip, again, it's only the black coating that's worn off. Like I said, I really wish I had gotten some of the Bosch Phillips. But what this test did show is that even with a pilot hole drilled, a bit that's not that good is going to fail, like the Dewalt Flex Torque did after about the second screw. If you guys have any experience with Bosch, please leave your opinions in the comments section. Please like and subscribe, leave comments, hit your notifications, because my choice based on my tests will be Wiha Terminator Blue. I have a project here at work they've asked me to put together made out of Douglas fir, and I should be able to record the building of that project. And we will see how those Terminator Blues hold up throughout the whole project. All right, thanks once again. Have a great day.